Here at CHEP, our employees' safety is always priority number one. CHEP is committed to maintaining a workplace that is free from violence, intimidation, or any other unsafe or disruptive conditions. The information provided in this course addresses measures to help us prevent and effectively respond to situations that may pose a threat to health or property. The Brambles Code of Conduct and the Workplace Violence Policy remain our main frame of reference when creating and maintaining a safe work environment. Before we get started, let's take a look at some important roles. Have you ever thought about the design of your workplace and surroundings? Is walking to your car safe after work? If there is an emergency, how will you get out? What is your closest exit point? These are the types of things you should consider, no matter where you work. The reception area should always be positioned with the entrance in immediate sight, and should also be visible to other employees in the building. At a service center, there should be separation between the receptionist and the outside area. A receptionist is usually the first point of contact for any visitor, whether threatening or not, and should never be left in a situation with no visibility to other employees. Many months of the year, a number of our employees are either reporting to work on dark mornings or leaving work on dark evenings. It is important that we ensure that there is adequate exterior lighting around the facility to maintain a safe environment. Members of office services should always verify that security cameras are working. All exterior doors should be kept locked. Cards and/or keys must be used for access to the building, no exceptions. All visitors should have credentials to enter the building, if authorized. If you are entering the building and someone is also trying to enter behind you, they should not be allowed access unless they scan a badge of their own. Do not allow someone access to the building without ensuring they are scanning their own credentials. It's never easy to fully understand what someone is going through in their personal lives. Everyone is different, and some of us cope with the stresses of life better than others. For this reason, it is important to be able to monitor behaviors and identify warning signs. Generally, it is found that employees typically do not just snap, but display indicators of potential violent behavior over time. If these behaviors are recognized, they can often be managed and treated proactively. A 2015 study by the American Association of Occupational Health Nurses found that nearly 20% of the workforce claimed to have experienced an episode of workplace violence, yet the majority of the workforce did not know what the early warning signs of workplace violence were. Here are some warning signs of a troubled person. Whether we realize it or not, our bodies give out indicators when we become significantly angry. As such, when someone may potentially become violent, there are physical warning signs as well. Here are some examples of physical warning signs indicating potential violence. If you notice these warning signs, it is important to let someone know. We will go over options for communication later in this course. On the other hand, you may also notice an employee who seems like they may need some help or someone to talk to. We will go over options for this scenario in our next section. Brambles offers the Employee Assistance Program at no charge to employees. This program is designed to assist employees in a variety of needs and is always completely confidential. The Employee Assistance Program is administered by LifeWorks and is designed to help employees manage simple questions or complex concerns related to the following topics: LifeWorks offers access to professional consultants, referrals to community resources, and face-to-face sessions when needed. This service can also offer free educational materials and staff consultants who speak Spanish and simultaneous translations into more than 140 other languages. Threats of violence of any kind, such as verbal or written abuse, stalking, harassment, physical assault, or unwelcome physical touching, is strictly prohibited. These situations must be reported to Human Resources or the HSE team immediately. In the event of an emergency or imminent threat, response protocols have been outlined for different scenarios in the Emergency Preparedness and First Aid Procedure. If the protocol cannot be followed, the prudent action to take is to get to a safe location and immediately contact 911. Bramble's Speak Up policy encourages employees who have genuine suspicions about wrongdoing or bad practices to speak up. This service is strictly confidential and anonymous, and employees can reach out to report any of the following situations: In addition to the Employee Assistance Program, which we covered earlier, and the Speak Up hotline, the Human Resources and Health and Safety teams are always available for support or assistance in any of the matters discussed in this course. These days, hostile emergencies in the workplace have become a little bit less unheard of. As mentioned earlier, CHEP is committed to maintaining a workplace that is free from violence, but we also want to ensure that our employees have the tools needed when faced with an emergency situation. In any emergency scenario, you should always dial 911 immediately. If you are faced with a hostile emergency at your workplace and 911 has been called, it is important to remember these key points. As always, CHEP's goal is to maintain a safe environment for our employees. After completing this course, you should have the tools and references you need when faced with an emergency in your workplace or a fellow employee who may need help.